What is up? Sunday morning show, Wake and Bake special. We've got actually a game going on right now, which I mean, nothing
And
is
it's
really happening
trash,
in the,
garbage.
in that game. But JT's got a
Trying to do
tutty. I
that.
mean, 16 for 50, not looking great. Oh, great though, only 3.1 a carry. But Michael Pittman leading the way, 6 for 61. Josh Downs only 1 for 12, but they did say he could be limited in this game, right? So.
He actually missed a deep bomb that could have really secured him a halfway decent fantasy day.
Oh, did he? I didn't even see it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I didn't even see it. But yeah, Pittman looks pretty good, 6 for 61. On the other side, I mean, Demario Douglas, we've had a lot of questions about him. I mean, he's the best guy there, but the only guy there pretty much. 3 for
Nothing
45 on
burger.
3 targets. Juju, who we talked about
How's
last
Juju
night,
doing?
one
How's he
catch.
doing? How's he
One
doing?
catch for 9 yards, Mr.
I
Juju.
told you people stay away from that nonsense. We
But
don't
what
want
was the
any
other
part of
option,
Juju.
though?
Keaton Mitchell.
Okay, yeah. Yes, baby. Mm-hmm. So yeah, I mean, nothing. Ramondre 16 for 76, Zeke 10 for 52, but
They're really running the ball.
Whack Jones 12 for 14, like not bad, but what are they just not letting them throw the ball? I mean,
Zeke almost had a touchdown on a little
did he?
screen, a little inside screen. Yeah.
What is it playing on?
NFL Network.
It is NFL Network. All right.
Yeah.
Let me pull mine up so we can do. But we got the injuries that came out.
Yep. Jamar Chase active. Let's go.
Is he? All right. Awesome. Let's go. Needed that.
Jamar Chase is active now. They basically said that they don't know whether he'll be limited or anything. There's no indication, but you just have to put him out there. There's just, if he's active, he has to go. I did pick up in our home Dynasty League, your boy, EXLUSIVE.
You did?
I did.
I had him. Oh, no, I have him in a different league, I think.
I was trying to pick up Trent Irwin, but Chicken has him.
Mm-hmm.
I would have felt a little better with Trent Irwin, to be honest with you, but because, EXLUSIVE is, he doesn't play a ton.
Yeah, no, it's hard to with those, with Boyd and Chase and Higgins in front. Like, it's hard for anybody to get burned.
But yeah, it looks like Chase is active, so that's a good sign. But the problem is, though, is what if he plays like 2 series or 1 series, makes a diving catch and fucks up his back? That's such a fickle thing.
I guess. What are you gonna do, though? I mean,
no, you can't do anything at that point.
Yeah, that's true.
You just got to go out and hope he catches a touchdown before anything tragic happens.
Yeah. What injuries we got going out there? What do we know so far?
I was taking a peek at it before the game. Not a ton because we're just coming across the 11:30. Obviously, we talked about Chase. He's active. The Vikings will not activate Justin Jefferson for this game against the Saints. I think we kind of knew that. Keaton Mitchell is questionable, but he's expected to play. And that's pretty much what I have on Sleeper. Let me check ESPN because I know we have a TJ Hawkinson. He's questionable, but he's expected to play as well. So I'm just gonna bring that up from ESPN. What the deuce? Cardinals activated James Conner.
Mm-hmm. We'll say hi.
Hi.
Uncle Craigie, say hi to the people.
Are you on the show too?
Yeah, she's on the show today. Who's gonna win? Say the Vikings are gonna win.
No.
Daddy's gonna win.
Monty obviously playing. Debo Samuel back.
Yeah, Debo back.
Okay.
What that's gonna mean, I don't know.
Drake London back, which is good. I'm just trying to see where the rest of these are. Here we go.
So Mitchell, you said what is that game time decision or?
Keaton Mitchell's questionable, but expected to play, and split carries with Gus Edwards. Ooh,
Is that what
I
it
like that.
says?
That's what it says on ESPN.
Is that according to something or is it or just
No, that's just the ESPN inactive active list, according to AJ Mass, ESPN staff writer.
I mean, I could see him splitting the carries with Gus instead of Justice Hill, I guess. I could see him out
Yeah.
touching, Hill, but I think Gus is still kind of that main dude.
Really quick, if you're in IDP, Quay Walker is out again. So if you got Devondre Campbell, fire him up in IDP. Quay Walker's out.
Don't do that, Wakai.
Obviously, we knew T. Higgins was out. Nico Collins out. Damian Pierce out. Zay Jones is out. KJ Osborne questionable. Likely a game time decision. TJ Hawkinson, all signs point to him playing. Michael Thomas expected to play.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Kendre Miller out for whatever that's worth. Treylon Burks, no surprise there. Out. Bum. James Conner activated, like I said. Michael Wilson, your boy, questionable. That's the 4 p.m. slate. Mac Hollins out. So that's good news for Drake London owners. He's back. Mac Hollins is out. Donovan Peoples-Jones, questionable. Yeah. Curtis Samuel, questionable.
Yeah, it looks like he's gonna play though, I think, right?
Yeah, those 4 p.m.s are a little more shaky. So that's pretty much what I got for the 1 p.m. slate. I'm still waiting on TJ Hawkinson official in or out because that's obviously a needle mover at that position. So we'll see what happens with TJ Hawkinson. Should I play Keaton Mitchell today?
Over who?
I'll tell you right now. I think it's against Boston.
Richard in the building. What's up, Richard? Standard, Deontay or Ridley? Standard, so it's not PPR?
Deontay. I would still take Deontay. Well, PPR, that matters.
I might go Ridley
chance
if
of
it's
scoring a
not. Yeah.
touchdown.
I think if it's non-PPR, I might want to go Ridley. If it is PPR, then I go Deontay.
So, yeah, I could see that. Oh, Colts with a big return. 7-6 in the fourth quarter. Garbage. So really quick on my Keaton Mitchell thing, I have him on the taxi squad in our home Dynasty league. And in the subscriber league, actually. I have Bijan and Monty in there. And I would basically,
I'm not playing over them.
No, but then I basically have 2 flex options. I have Brandon Cooks and Sharps in there. So I don't know if
Cooks and Sharps.
I don't know if I want to take Keaton off the taxi squad because that's gonna obviously cut down my roster spot.
I probably wouldn't yet, because we don't know exactly what's going to happen, and
I'm not contending for a playoff spot, so I don't think it makes sense to pull him off the taxi and take up that roster spot.
Yeah, then I wouldn't. For what, in the subscriber league?
Yeah.
Oh, are you officially knocking yourself out and saying fuck it, I'm not making the playoffs?
No, I would never say that until I'm officially out, but it doesn't in my situation, and I'm in a bad situation anyway because I'm down Tyreek Hill and Jalen Hurts. So, and I don't have a third quarterback, so it's Jordan Love and Charbonnet in the Superflex. I traded Jimmy G, but he wouldn't have been playing anyway, so I would have been down to 2 quarterbacks, and obviously Jalen Hurts is on a bye.
Yeah, I need to win maybe 1 or 2 more games to kind of solidify myself, and I should be okay. I don't really have the points, but I've got the wins at the moment, and I think there's only 7 teams really that have a chance, right? That's in it, I think, in the subscriber league. So everyone else is kind of falling off, or as committed to okay, tanking the season.
Yeah, so the 6th spot is Irish Massive at 5-4. Then you got Kenny Ballsack, RC at 4 and 5. But then you got Brado at 3 and 6. But Brado has 1,414 points, which is third in the league.
Yeah, but he
And
doesn't
he's
have Anthony Richardson anymore.
and Justin Fields.
Fields was banged up.
So yeah, it's pretty much 7, It's crazy because I have more points scored than the 6th place team, the last playoff spot. But I have a ton of points against. Looks like the second most points against, 1393. Only Diaz has more points against.
That's how it happens sometimes. Sometimes there's nothing you can do about it.
Yeah, and I'm fine with that. Like I said, I have 3 second round picks. I have my own second round pick, which will be an early second, which is still doable. I have
when you're close enough, it matters. But when you're 2 and 7 at this point, it's going to be hard to.
No, I agree, and I don't think I'm going to get the win this week anyway against Bagala with no Jalen Hurts and no Tyreek Hill, so that's going to be tough. Yeah. Jordan Love's going to have to go out there and do some Aaron Rodgers things in order for me to have a chance, and I don't think that's happening. So we'll see what happens.
Well, let's get into some game bets, Hammer. What are we looking at? What are we looking at with the game bets here?
There's some really tough games out there. I do like the Cincinnati Bengals. Now, the issue with Jamar Chase and T. Higgins is definitely a concern of mine. But I think Joe Burrow being healthy is big. The Bengals are giving 5.5 points to Houston. Bengals at home. I think I like the Bengals on the money line. That 5.5 is going to be a little tough. Now, obviously, the Houston Texans have some injuries of their own, so keep that in mind. But I do like the Cincinnati Bengals on the money line. Another game I like is the Detroit Lions going on the road into LA, SoFi Stadium, which is notoriously good for road teams because that home field advantage is really not a home field advantage out there in SoFi. I've actually been to SoFi. It's a fantastic stadium. So it's unfortunate that the Rams and the Chargers don't have more of a home field advantage. So I like the Lions on the money line. Lions are actually a 3-point favorite on the road, which tells you everything you need to know. So give me the Lions on the money line. There's good value there at -150. I like the Atlanta Falcons giving 2.5 points. I like the points. I'll give the 2.5 points. I like the Falcons -2.5 and Kyler Murray's return to the desert. Falcons -2.5. I'm good with that. This Jets-Raiders game is really, really interesting. The spread is the Jets are favored by 1.5. I'm tempted to take the Raiders +1.5 here. At home, I think the Raiders play well. Give me the Raiders +1.5 at home against the New York Football Jets. And those are some of the picks I like. There's a lot of very tricky games. Like that San Francisco game is very tricky. San Francisco and Jacksonville, that game is tricky. Packers Steelers is pretty tricky as well. I do think the Steelers win that game, but I think it will be a low-scoring game, like 20-17, 20-13, something like that. I like the under on that Packers Steelers game. Over/under is 38.5. I like the under there. I think it'll be a fairly low-scoring game. Two teams that struggle for offense. So go under the 38.5 for Packers Steelers today at 1:00 in Pittsburgh.
I like it. I'm trying to pull up
Underdog.
Yeah, I got underdog here. I'm scrolling through at the moment to see what are some of the ones that we like. Can we get a CMC rushing tutty?
Yep. Or anytime. Do they have anytime?
They don't have the anytime. I think they're starting to get smarter on it. I think
because it's just they're giving away free money if you're betting CMC anytime touchdown.
Yeah, I think they realized they can't put the anytime TD for CMC. Now it's just
he's
rushing
so good.
TD. Now it's just
I still don't mind that.
We've got the Keaton Mitchell, only 20.5 rushing yards. They are going against Cleveland, and I don't know how much work Mitchell's going to get, but talking
It
20 and a
says
half.
it says they're splitting carries. I don't know what that means.
I don't know what that means. I mean, typically it's Hill and Gus Edwards that split the carries, but Edwards gets a little
Right.
bit more and he gets the goal line. So it
Yeah, I
could
would
be
I
some of
would
the same.
I'm not crazy about that.
It could be some of the same. I'm not crazy about it either, but I was just throwing it out there. We were talking about Mitchell. Tank Dell, 7.95 fantasy points. I think I really like that.
Yep.
7 fantasy points. It's like almost 60 receiving yards. So I
Mm-hmm.
just take like the fantasy point part of it.
Yeah, I like Tank Dell as well. I think he has
About
potential to get in the end zone.
how about Irv Smith with T out? 19.5 receiving yards. What do you have
He did
last
have a
week, Irv?
he did have a touchdown last week, and it did surprise me. Even with Jamar Chase and T. Higgins on the field, Irv Smith played pretty well. Let me check that out. Irv Smith had 3 catches on 4 targets for 26 yards and a touchdown. He had 4 catches on 4 targets the week before for 25 yards. I'm not in love with that. I'd rather take a guy like Tyler Boyd.
Mhm.
So I'm not crazy about Irv Smith today.
How about Alvin Kamara, 31.5 receiving yards?
I smashed the Alvin Kamara last week and I got burned.
Did
But I
you?
do I do like Alvin Kamara. Bagla and I did a parlay. So yeah, I still like Alvin Kamara on the receiving end. 31.5. Yeah, I don't mind that. I think he's always a
Not too
factor in the
bad.
passing game. He had the last 4 games, he's had 36, 91, 51, and 44 yards receiving, respectively, on just basically what looks like wide receiver targets. Jonathan Taylor scores again. Jesus Christ.
Did he?
Yeah, and that's against me in the home league, of course.
Mm.
Of course he scores. Frick. Oh, no, I lied. They were showing the first touchdown. My bad.
Oh, I thought you were about to say he scored again.
My bad. I thought he scored again. That would have been bad for me. 1 touchdown, I'm sorry.
Just kind of scrolling through here. That's not crazy. I mean, Jaden Reed, 26.5 receiving yards. Aaron Jones. I mean, it's nothing as like anytime TD for Aaron Jones.
You could go anytime TD. I just think it's so risky right now with the pace of that offense and the ineffectiveness. If there's anybody on that team that's going to score, you would bet it to be Aaron Jones. So if you feel comfortable with that, um, then I wouldn't have a problem with that. Aaron Jones is still very dynamic. And he's missed a ton of time
Uh,
this year, so he's not he's not, the tread there should be some more tread left on that tire, especially
mm,
this year.
Deontay's 5.5 catches, 8.5 targets, 62.5 receiving yards, 10.8 fantasy points.
I like the catches, 5.5.
I think the catches are pretty good. Even the fantasy points, I think you can probably try and roll with that. I
Ooh,
mean,
Zeke moving and grooving.
yeah. All right. What else we got here? Will Levis, Derrick Henry rushing tutty.
Titans
Yes,
playing the
Tampa.
Bucks.
There's not much really that I like
It's
today.
not a good slate. This is not
Kyle
a good
Phillips,
week.
23.5 receiving yards. That could be a sneaky one.
What's Will Levis's passing line? Got to be like
Will
in the low
Levis's
200s.
passing line is 223 passing yards, 1.5 tutties passing, 30 pass attempts. I mean, interception, 2.5 sacks taken, 15 fantasy points. I mean,
I'm not crazy about it.
Richard says standard tough matchup to consider Carr or Chilo.
Yeah, I think I'd still go T-Law here. I know we talked a little bit about Derek Carr, and he's thrown a bunch of yards, and he has his full complement of weapons. He's been decent for the last month. He hasn't been terrible. He's got 8 touchdowns and 2 interceptions over his last 5 games. Not giving you squat on the ground, so not a ton of upside, but he's got 20 plus fantasy points in his last 4. And going back to that New England game in week 5, he's kind of right there at that 20-point mark. So he's giving you a fairly safe floor. I think that's a tough one, man. That is a tough one, Richard. I think are the Saints, they're in Minnesota this week?
Saints are just had it
Yeah,
up here.
in Minnesota.
Yeah.
T-Law home against San Fran.
I'll go T-Law still.
Yeah, I think I'll go T-Law as well, but that's super close. I think they finished kind of in the same range this week, kind of mid-ish QB2, like high-end QB2 numbers. Because T-Law hasn't been great. I mean, they're still winning games, but man, it hasn't been pretty for Trevor Lawrence based on our expectations. Yeah. Trevor Lawrence is QB 17 and Derek Carr's QB 19. So they're virtually the same. Trevor Lawrence gives you a little bit more rushing upside, though.
For sure. Damn, I forgot my water. Happy football. What up, B Ruckus? Yep.
Hell yeah.
Sunday morning, we've got about an hour left until like all the kickoffs really start.
Yep.
Because this first game ain't
shit.
it.
Say what it is. It ain't
We
shit.
knew it wasn't. We knew the first 2 games were going to be shit this week. I mean, Thursday night and then the Sunday morning. I mean, can't trust Whack Jones. He's got just no weapons. And
No.
I'd be interested to see if the Patriots do wind up drafting a quarterback and moving on from Mac Jones and seeing if he gets a chance somewhere else.
I think the more important story is whether they do something with Bill Belichick. Right? There's those rumblings are really starting to happen with Bill Belichick. So I'd be very interested to see if they decide to move on from Bill Belichick. I think the thing with Mac Jones is that what's he in his 3rd year now? So they still have him virtually secure for another 2 years. I don't think Mac Jones is terrible. I just think the situation he's in is really, really bad. And if you're not Tom Brady, it's hard to survive that level of deficiency with your skill players, So yeah, it'd be interesting because you would imagine they would have a good pick. They're 2-7 now. They'll probably be 2-8 after this game, depending on what happens. It's still a fairly close game, but man, this is brutal to watch.
What if a team like the Falcons or something wanted to look into Mac?
I mean, I'm sure they would listen, but I don't think I don't know. It's really hard to get inside the mind of Belichick there. It's just it's a tough situation all the way around. They just have no offense. And bro, listen, this isn't just a Mac Jones thing. Even towards the end of Tom Brady's tenure, Mac Jones finds Demario Douglas over the middle for a nice gain. Even when Tom Brady was coming down to the wire, we had these same exact questions. We were like, bro, who's he throwing to? You
Yeah,
know,
but that was Tom
so
Brady. We're not talking about Tom
I
Brady. Tom Brady
I
will figure
understand.
it out. He'll fucking use
I
Deion Branch if he needs to.
I understand, but what the point I'm saying is, I don't think that a lot of people are putting it on Mac Jones and saying that he's trash. I don't think Mac Jones is great, but he's solid. Like, I think
I'm
he could
with you.
be
I'm
as
with you on that.
you know what I mean? I think this is more of a case of Bill Belichick, the GM, not putting good pieces around a young rookie quarterback. And there's really no excuse because you're not paying the quarterback, so you should be able to afford better skill position players. You should be able to draft better than you've drafted. So
Yeah, for
I
sure.
think it's more of a GM issue than it is a Mac Jones issue. But Mac Jones to Atlanta would be interesting. I think he could do some things. At least he'd move the ball. But the bigger problem in Atlanta is the coaching staff. So who knows if Mac Jones would be any upgrade?
Najee or B Rob, Ruckus said for the flex.
Mm.
B Rob
Najee's
against the Seahawks.
Yeah, Najee's played better the last couple of weeks, and that's not saying much considering the standard that Najee has set. Um, I think I will still take Najee, but it's super close. B Rob, let me see what he's been up to lately. Um, yeah, he's been pretty solid. He's RB9 in full PPR, no, in half PPR, I should say. He's getting his touchdowns. He's got 5 on the year, 6, 7. Yeah, B Rob's got 7 touchdowns, man. Yeah, give me B Rob. I
Yeah,
was
I'll
gonna
roll with
lean
B Rob
Najee,
as
but
well. I'll roll with B Rob as well.
Yeah, it's got to be B Rob.
Mary said it's hard for me to not take 17 with the Giants. 17 spread in the NFL is unheard of.
Mary, you are right on the money, my friend, and it is unheard of. But as I said last night, keep in mind the Cowboys beat the Giants by 40 the last time they played, and that was with Daniel Jones and Saquon Barkley and kind of the full complement. So it is unheard of. I would stay away from the game. I just don't like it. I do think the Cowboys will be up big, and maybe they're up 27-3 or 27-0, and the Giants get a couple of garbage time touchdowns, and you end up getting a backdoor cover. I'm not feeling it. 17 is wild. If it was 13, I'd probably like it a little bit better, but 17, and I think the last time I checked, it went up to 17.5. So you're getting that hook with the Giants. If you want it, take it. I would be very cautious of it. Yeah, that game is just it's not good. Oh, Mac Jones throws an interception in the red zone.
Does he? Oh,
Oh no. He just floated it to him. Oh my god. That's not good. Yeah, so that's a tough one for me to call. I probably would take the Cowboys plus Cowboys given the points, but I wouldn't have any sort of I wouldn't feel great about it. But if I had to pick, I'd take the Cowboys and give the points.
Nathan, what's up, Nathan? Morning. Please pick one to start between Mixon, Brees, and James Cook. Standard. I'm already planning on starting Monty and Eckler. So we got to pick one between Mixon, Brees, and Cook.
Jets playing the Raiders. I kind of like that. I like the Brees Hall. I just like his explosiveness. Give me Brees Hall here against the Raiders. Mixon is interesting, but he's not efficient or explosive enough for me to have that upside. So I'm going Brees Hall here.
Yeah, I'm going Brees as well. Give me the upside with Brees against the Raiders for sure. Jimp, morning, brother. Oh, here we go. He's asked this question for
He's
the third day. I
Yes,
appreciate the
he's trying to get us to
consistency
change up.
because sometimes things change from day
It's
to day.
tough.
You might
Yeah.
have different
Yeah.
feelings or injuries and all that kind of stuff. But in this case, I think I'm still rolling CD Dell, Gibbs, Monty. He's going Bijan.
I think I had Bijan in there.
Did we?
And
Yeah, I think you had Bijan.
I did. But bro, that's such a tough situation to be in. And the fact that you have Monty and Gibbs, that makes it all the more tougher to play 2 running backs from the same team. That's tough, man. I still think I'd roll with Bijan. I don't want to miss an electric you know, but you don't want to miss Monty go for 3 touchdowns. You don't want to miss that, right? We talked about that last night. And we know what Jahmyr Gibbs can do. We've seen it, you know, with Monty being out. So Simp, you're between a rock and a hard place right now, to be honest with you, because one of those guys that you sit has the potential to do some damage for you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think my only difference was Ridley instead of Bijan and then Kincaid instead of Laporta. So, I mean, either way, like, you're fine going in. I don't think, you can make a bad decision there. So, like, if you just want to play Bijan, you're more comfortable with Bijan and Laporta, then shit, go for it. I mean, you got a nice starting squad. So, let's see what happens, man. Let's see what happens. Got to take down the number 1 team in the league.
All right. So there's something on the line here.
Yep. Blurpy, what up, Blurpy? Kyler or T-Law? Ferguson or McBride? Worried about Ferguson being in a blowout and the Cowboys running the ball a ton.
That's a legitimate argument, Blurpy, and I kind of used that yesterday as well when deciding with some of these Cowboys players, Dak, Fergie. Obviously, you're still playing CD. Josh Downs just caught a nice pass. Kyler or T-Law? This is one of those questions I had yesterday where I'm just like, dude, T-Law hasn't played great. Kyler's first game back. Give me Trevor Lawrence. I know the matchup looks tough on paper, but remember, San Francisco, that defense hasn't been great. Now, I know they just picked up Chase Young. I understand. And will they kind of contain Bosa on the edge? Yeah, give me Trevor Lawrence here, but I can understand if you want to run Kyler out there because you don't like what you've seen from Trevor Lawrence. I get it. I definitely get it. But Blanc, you brought up a good point yesterday. With Kyler coming off that major injury, how much is he actually going to be running around, which is the key to his fantasy upside, you know?
Sure. Yeah, I'm rolling with T-Law as well. And then we're going Ferguson or McBride?
Still going Fergie.
Yeah, I'm still gonna go Ferguson as well. McBride is very interesting, but again, being that first game back, just a little bit unsure. I mean, I think we're all kind of worried about the Cowboys blowing them out and then running it a ton, but I think they need to pass it in order to get the blowout. So
Yeah.
give me give me Fergie.
Bro, my D tackle in our home league has 8 tackles at the DT spot. That's fantastic.
It is. That is Brian. What's up, Brian? Ferguson or Ingram today?
Ooh, I like that. I think I'm still going Ferguson, but I do think that Jaguars Niners game has the potential. Man, Evan Ingram, the target share is just gold, like absolutely steady, consistent. The dude's getting anywhere between 8 and 10 targets outside of week 1 with a couple of 7s mixed in. But he's been pretty efficient, honestly, like with his catch percentage. 5 out of 5, 6 out of 8, 7 out of 8, 7 out of 8, 4 out of 8, 7 out of 7, 5 out of 7. Dude caught 10 out of 10 2 weeks ago before his bye. So super, super consistent. The snap percentage is anywhere between 70 and 80% snap percentage. So the dude is on the field. I just don't know. Man, Jake Ferguson's been pretty damn good the last couple of weeks. Listen, if you want the consistency, if you want the safer floor, go with Evan Ingram. If you want a little bit of touchdown upside, go with Jake Ferguson. I guess that's the best way to put it.
I think I'm with you on that. I'm probably gonna roll Ferguson.
I think I'm rolling with Ferguson too. I don't think Evan Ingram doesn't have a touchdown this year, but he's still tight end 11. So that just shows you the consistency.
How many points behind is he, right?
Let me see. Total. I don't think it gives you the total points.
Hold on.
Oh wait, yeah, it does. Yeah. So Evan Ingram in half PPR has 67. Fergie has.
I mean, 2
67.
touchdowns.
It's the same. Yeah, they have virtually the same amount of points.
I mean, 2 touchdowns for Ingram will put him into like the top 6.
Right. But he hasn't
So,
gotten any. So it's
no.
ETN.
Yeah. It's an ugly beanie, Big Spoon. That's the first thing I said when he came on.
You know what, Diaz? I had you back yesterday. Blanc, skip his next like 5 questions. He's getting blacklisted. Diaz, I had you back yesterday, and this is how you pay me back. That's cold, bro. That's cold. Steve, we're blacklisting Diaz for the next 5 questions.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's true too, Diaz.
Yeah, he's been really consistent. I looked at his target share and I'm like, damn, Evan Ingram's really getting a good, healthy fucking target share. So he's been good, but he doesn't give you any touchdown upside, and that's kind of unfortunate, for how well he's been playing. And we kind of liked Evan Ingram once he got the contract. Remember in the offseason, we really liked Evan Ingram coming into this season. And even, as far as dynasty rankings go, we had him in the top 10, I believe. So, yeah.
Sure. I know you had my back. I'm having yours. I know that's a better looking Packer beanie.
You know what's funny? So I put it on and I remember having it like be more fitted like down, but whatever. I'm repping my team come hella high water.
Ingram's due is coming, Mary said. It better be shit.
I mean, listen, with that target share, you gotta imagine that he'll break through. But the other issue I have with that, Mary, is that listen, even though the target share is fantastic, there's other players, that are more than capable of scoring touchdowns. Obviously, you have ETN, Christian Kirk, Calvin Ridley, and then you throw Ingram in that mix. So there's plenty to be spread around. So you got to imagine with that level of target share, he's going to get some. He'll finish with maybe 4 touchdowns.
Speaking of the Jags and Evan Ingram going against the Niners.
Yep.
The Niners lose again? What happens if the Niners lose again here?
Then the alarm bells will really sound. Who's the Seahawks lead that division? I can't believe it right now. I don't think that's going to hold up, honestly, because the Seahawks haven't played great. They just got dump trucked by Baltimore last week. So
it looks like Wack Jones is going to have a chance here at the end to win this game.
well, he just threw a touchdown. He just threw an interception. Hey, he's going to have to go a long way with no touchdowns.
Oh,
Under
we
2
got Bailey
minutes.
Zappi out here. Holy shit for the final drive.
No.
We got Bailey Zappi out here
Oh
for the
my God.
final drive to win the game. They've pulled Wack Jones. He didn't get hurt, did he? Did I miss it?
I don't know.
Or was it because of the
Damn.
pick?
It has to be
Did I
because
miss
of
the
the
pick? Did he
interception.
just throw a pick, you said?
He threw it on the last possession, the last New England possession, and they were in the red zone.
Maybe that's why. Here's Stevenson with some space. Nope. A few yards. All right, let's see how this turns out. Is Bailey Zappi? And we had rumblings of this last year, I think, also, remember?
Yeah, we did. Damn. That's cold. Bill Belichick is ice cold, dude. He is just.
Yeah. Mac goes and gives him a pound, says, go do it. He definitely did not say good luck. Go
No,
fuck
he
this
said,
up, brother.
Yeah.
Yeah, Diaz said this is a benching. Yep.
Yeah, no, that's woof. On the last drive, and you have a chance to win? He's pulling Mac Jones? Yo, Bill Belichick really knows how to fuck shit up.
He was what, 15 of 20? Like, was he that bad? I mean, I haven't really watched the whole game, so I can't tell.
I haven't really watched. I woke up and the first quarter was gone already. Fucking Bagalot calls me at like 10 o'clock this morning. He's like, bro, wake up. We got to make a parlay. And I'm like, bro, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah, so who you got? You think the Niners are taking it, or you think they get back on track here with Debo coming back?
Yeah, I do think I do think the Niners win on the road. That Jacksonville offense is not great, dude. It's really not. Now, I know the San Francisco defense hasn't been what it was in the first month plus, but Bailey Zappi completing a 3rd down pass.
I was just gonna say that. I was like, big third down here, and then
No,
1st and 10. Oh, shit.
no
1st
timeouts
and
is
10
big,
throws
and
it
they
into
need
the
a
ground.
touchdown. Was that Hunter Henry? Of course it was against me. Jesus.
Mm-mm-mm.
I really gotta take down villains in our home league.
I'm going to start going through my lineups because I got so many teams. So just feel free to talk away here, Hammer. Yeah, who are you going with? You said the Jags or the Niners?
Yeah, I'll take the Niners. I think the Niners bounce back. Debo is back, and when Debo plays, Brock Purdy looks really good. So looks like San Francisco has their full complement back after a bye week. I think they get right. They're pretty healthy. I think Brock Purdy kind of irons some things out. So always very interested. And also, that West Coast team traveling east for a 1 o'clock game, that's a little bit of a factor, but I still think that San Francisco pulls this out. Um, I just don't. That offense is so underwhelming for Jacksonville, considering the parts that they have. You know what I mean? Calvin Ridley got off to that hot start. We were super excited to really see Trevor Lawrence take the next step, and he's kind of just settled into that high end QB2 range, and it's just very, very disappointing. Um, maybe with some urgency, maybe we kind of saw what we kind of will see what we saw down the stretch last year. Demario Douglas is having a really good game.
Big 4th down here.
Yeah, this is the
4th
game.
and 1. That's the game.
Yep.
Oh no! Why'd you hand it off like that, Ramondre? Does he get the push? He's got it. He's got it.
Why'd you hand it off like that?
Because it
But I
just
don't,
like there was just a big fucking
bro. There's the
blob in the
time.
middle
The
there.
time is just ticking away. Oh
And he
no,
spikes it. Oh no, he fake spikes it. He fake spikes it. Oh, what the fuck was that? Oh, Bailey.
he
Tried
threw
to
an
pull the G
interception.
move on the fake
Oh
spike and then
no,
throws it into like quadruple coverage.
not good.
Oh, I'm sure Mac is happy about that. Jesus.
No, the ghost of Bill Belichick. I can't. This is getting bad for in New England.
Oh, that wasn't even close. Why'd he throw it to that guy? I don't even know who that was, but it was just there was like 4 dudes there. He kinda did trick him a little bit. He should've bro, he goes over the middle into like 4 guys when he's got one-on-one on the outside.
They weren't fooled. Oh my god, that was
No,
bad.
the outside defenders weren't fooled, but I mean, you've gotta go to the one-on-one. Why are you throwing it over the middle? Look at Bill check. Look at Oh, that's
Oh,
gonna
there
be
guys. I'm
Hammer in the
looking at
pack.
Bill
That's
right
gonna be
now.
Hammer in the Packer beanie. Oh, man. All ETN, Ingram, and Kirk. T. Lawful is not that dude. Yeah, I mean,
He hasn't been what we expected.
yeah. Godwin, Judy, Watson, or Gibson. RB scoring is juiced. Need a wide receiver and a flex.
Think I'm taking Godwin at the wide receiver spot. And in the flex, Gibby hasn't been terrible, but I think I would go Judy in the flex. I know that's a tough one. Christian Watson is not doing it for me. I think he always has that potential to catch a bomb, but that Packers offense just has no rhythm, no explosiveness to it. Watson's out. I think I like Godwin and Judy. Gibby's been solid in the PPR game, so I think you can make the argument for Gibby for juiced RB scoring.
Last 2 weeks, yeah, but hasn't
That's when I
Samuel been out though?
I believe so. Yeah, last 2 weeks, Gibby's
Right, I
got 10
mean,
catches on 10 targets. So that's if you're looking for any silver lining there, I still like Judy, but like I said, Gibby's been okay as a flex play.
what's the juice? What's the running back juice? Is it points per carry? Is it like first downs? I mean, like I play in a few, like in the hustle leagues, we get points for like, first downs and shit.
Yeah.
where the running backs are just a little more juiced. I'd probably go Gibby. I could go Gibby there. Gibby probably safer, but if you want the upside, it's probably Judy. Like, how much is really Gibby going to get you? I mean, if he gets you a tutty, I mean, okay, he's in, somewhere in the teens, maybe, as far as point wise, like,
Yeah, but that's
or
still
be
super
2
risky.
points for first down as opposed to wide receivers. Okay, yeah.
And it's
I like
PPR.
that then.
Yeah, you can make the argument for Gibby there.
I think Gibby is probably safe, but Judy probably has more upside. Like, Gibby's not getting 10 catches, he's not rushing for 100 yards. He's not scoring numerous tutties.
No.
That Judy is, but I mean, one catch and Judy could, take it to the house or something. You never know. Could say
Judy
the
did
same
have
for
a touchdown
Watson
last.
too, but
Yeah, but Watson, he makes one catch and he gets hurt. So don't trust Christian Watson. Don't do it to yourself.
I mean, 0.3 per
I
carry.
I have to trust Christian Watson, and I hate that I have to trust him.
It's probably an extra point maybe for Gibby if he gets. I mean, last week he had 6 carries, which is like the most he's had all season. Bozo Bob, what up? Send DJ Moore, Jonathan Mingo, and a 2024 third. Receive Swift and Elijah Moore. Oh, hell no.
Yeah, no, we're not doing that.
No.
Because DeAndre Swift is on a 1-year deal. We don't even know if he'll be viable next year. I know he'll probably be on a team. But yeah, Elijah Moore, clearly not the supernova I told Steve about, but that's another conversation for another day.
No, listen. Moore has been very much involved. Things have not been clicking.
Don't give
Things
me
haven't been
target
clicking, but
share. Don't give me
listen, we
snap
still got
percentage.
we still got some time. Watson's been out; he's been injured, so I mean, I still have some faith in Elijah Moore here.
I
But
do
no,
not.
we're not trading DJ Moore to go get Elijah Moore and Swift. Like Hammer said, Swift is a running back. On that, he's got 1 year left on the deal.
Right.
Eagles are probably running him into the ground. Like, I like Jonathan Mingo still. The third doesn't really matter much, but I'm not going to give up DJ Moore and get Swift and Elijah Moore in return. I
Agreed.
wouldn't give up DJ Moore straight up for Swift and Elijah Moore, to be fair. So keep DJ Moore. You can get something better than that if you need to make a trade. Spend that third and go fucking buy some running back. I mean, who's out there right now? Spend the third on like Jerome Ford or something like that.
Yeah.
If you need a running back, if that's why. Yeah, no problem, Bozo. Bozo Bob. Yeah, don't make that trade. Don't make that trade. But what is your are you trying do you need a running back? What's the situation? Why are you going after, why are you going after Swift? Is that something that was just in your inbox, or is that something maybe you were trying to do? Do you need a running back? Watch the Packers pregame. If you're Watson wearing that beanie, Hammer is wearing them bench. bench. Oh shit. Mary said curious any news on Rashard Penny Rashard Penny is he's been done with at this point. He's been done with. Unless, unless injuries happen. He ain't messing with Rashard Penny. What's crazy is like all offseason, a lot of people were, hyping him up. I drafted him in a bunch in probably like 3 or 4 of my dynasties that I started up this year, just because I went no running back and was able to get him like forever late. Oh, they got another one in the building. How's that? That one's, I mean, it's a little better. It's still fugly, but
Yeah, this is a little better. It's weird, dude. I don't know what's going on with my beanies today. It's so cold in my apartment, guys. I have to wear this beanie because apparently something's going on with the heat in my apartment. So it's like 64 degrees in here. I'm freezing.
Dia said Penny's a stash for for sure. I mean, dynasties for sure. We're holding them. I don't think anybody's got the room in redraft to be able to hold Penny right now. But Noah said London, Davis, or Myers. What's up, Noah? London, your boy Gabe, or Myers.
I think I'm going Drake London here.
Yeah, I'm going London as well.
Yeah, I think I'm rolling with London.
There you go. Dia said he likes that one. You might just start Watson now. There you go.
No, do that at your own risk, at your own peril, Diaz. Bro, I really expected Christian Watson, especially with the offseason. And of course, he pops up, misses the first 4 games. It's just like, bro, it's just a bad omen. And with that offense just looking absolutely putrid, particularly in the first half, I can't. I have to play Christian Watson out of necessity in our home dynasty league, but I'm not thrilled about it.
Yeah, I never really liked Watson to begin with, and he's a good player, but it's just one of those things where it's like this is why like you take like the process sometimes over the player, right? Because sometimes you're not going to be right on everybody, right? So sometimes just kind of follow the process, take advantage of like we talk about all the time, the dips and the dives of dynasty value in these players. And there was a chance, opportunity last year and in the offseason to kind of move off of Watson while he was valued as a top 15, top 20 dynasty guy, and come off of him and try and tear up and take advantage. Whether you liked him or not, you could have still liked him, but you could have still just took advantage of the situation and said, hey, let me try and move him. And I know you have Christian Watson. I'm not saying that against you because he's like your whatever third, fourth wide receiver. So, but that's sometimes what happens when the guy that you like just is not working out at the moment. And
And he
you
happens to be
hear
on
you hear
your
shit for it all
team.
the
Like,
time, but how do you overcome that? How do you rebound from that, right? So,
I think
I
the
was wrong
patient
on Sky Moore, but listen, my team's not in shambles, and I'm still doing my thing, and I was able to to make moves, and my team is absolutely fine. So,
I,
it
I
is what it is. But that was a guy that was kind of valued a lot lower. But DJ Moore, I moved DJ Moore for T Higgins. I mean, I think for the future, I like T Higgins better. Unfortunately, this motherfucker is hurt like always. God damn, like now when I need him down the stretch here, so that kind of hurts. But just moving off guys when you can, just kind of following the process sometimes. But
I think a key with a guy like Christian Watson now at this particular point is you just have to be patient and hope for at least a big game, or at least if you get 2 or 3 consistent games. Like if you get back to back solid games where he gives you like 5 for 70 and he has 2 games like that, or if he goes off and he gives you 4 for 100 and a touchdown, then he'll start to regain some value, especially if he catches one of those deep passes and he actually boosts his value. So I think having patience with a guy like Christian Watson, and also too, it depends on, like you said, the makeup of your team. I had him going in as my wide receiver 3. So, and he can give you wide receiver 1 weeks here and there. So he has the potential to go out there and do that. Now, has he done that? And I always talk about sample size, right? Sample size is a big deal. We're at week 10. The sample size is good enough to know what that Packers offense looks like and what Christian Watson has looked like in that Packers offense. So with a guy like him at this point, you just have to be a little bit patient. Hopefully he has, like I said, that really big game where he has over 100 yards and or a touchdown, or you just look for really 2 or 3 consistent games, and then you might be able to package him and tear up, as you said.
mm, yeah, 40-50 from Dallas D. I don't know about
Hmm.
40-50, but
I can see 20.
yeah. Jaden Reed or Myers versus the Jets.
I think I'd still go Jacoby Myers. I think Jacoby Myers has at least a safe enough floor. Jaden Reed, I like Jaden Reed, and I think he's been pretty good. But with Watson, with Dubes, with Aaron Jones back, with Musgrave, right? Jaden Reed is going to be very inconsistent. So I think I'd go with the safer floor and play Jacoby Myers.
Yeah, I think I'll go with Jacoby as well. Just drop Reed for Dobbs. Yeah.
I'm okay with that.
Kareem Hunt, Taysom Hill, or Zay Flowers. 1.75 tight end premium. Need one.
You got to go Taysom, no?
Yeah, I don't know how you can't. I mean, you have to. It's got to be. I mean, this guy is doing everything right now. So ride the wave while it's hot. And fuck it. I mean, he's got the most upside, right? I mean,
Yep. Sure does.
right? Bench DJ for Nico early this week. Now in a bind in those two leagues.
It'd be like that. I mean,
Yeah. Yep. Detroit versus LA. I mean, that should be a good game. What
yep.
are we thinking's happening here?
Yeah, I think Detroit wins this game, but it wouldn't surprise me if the Chargers, it wouldn't surprise me if the Chargers won, just because I think that the Chargers have all the talent. It's whether they're going to find themselves in a close game. I think it'll be like 24-20 going into the fourth quarter, and then the coaching matters, right? In this situation, Brandon Staley has a history of doing dumb shit in the fourth quarter that causes, his team to lose these close games, and I just don't trust the Chargers in the fourth quarter. Like, I don't. They have all the parts, right? They have stud offensive guys, they have stud defensive guys, but yeah, I'm gonna take the Lions here. I'll say Lions win 27-21 with LA having a fourth quarter push, but some dumb shit happens in the fourth quarter that causes the Chargers to lose. Detroit 27, LA 21.
LA always somehow finds a way to lose it.
Right. Right. Right.
It's almost
Let me look
inevitable.
at some of the lines here for come on, Dick. So all right, so actually the line went down. It was 3 points not that long ago. So the Lions are 2.5-point favorites. I actually like that even better than 3. So give me the Lions minus 2.5. The line literally moved. I looked at it last night and then early again this morning. And it was Lions minus 3. So some of the money is coming in on the Chargers. But yeah, I'll still take the Lions minus 2.5. Lions don't play well on the road, but I think there'll be a significant amount of Lions fans in SoFi. So in
I
a good
got one.
situation. Go ahead.
Got a question here. Noah Brown or JSN?
That's a hell of a question. Oof.
Yeah.
I think I'll go Noah Brown just because I think there will be some potential for a high scoring game in that Texans Bengals game. Let me check the weather, dude. Did we go over any weather?
No, I don't think
I
we
would
went over
start.
the weather. I'll pull that up. Yeah, guys, what do you think? JSN or Noah Brown? Help me out here. Who am I going with? JT one catch for 6 yards. Yeah.
Cincinnati weather is absolutely perfect for football, so no issues with the weather
Um,
there.
let's see. Where's the weather at?
I think it's just cooler out. It's not really like there's not a.
Let's see. Nothing really. Couple of yellows. Washington, Seattle, some showers. Heaviest should hold off until after the game, so should be a dry first half. Increases chances of rain as the game goes on. So they're not expecting major impacts. And then Denver at Buffalo, winds are showing up at 10 to 15 miles per hour. Gusts could reach 30 if one of those stronger gusts happens during a longer kick or deep throw. It could blow it a bit off course, but it won't impact every play. So nothing crazy. Nothing crazy. I don't think nothing enough to kind of sway a decision. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So the DS said Noah Brown. Jeez, no way.
Okay. I mean, listen, Noah Brown's played 72% of the snaps the last 2 weeks. No Nico Collins. You have more faith in CJ Stroud or you have more faith in Geno Smith? You tell me.
CJ Stroud at this
There
point.
you go. There you go.
But
So
I don't know. I don't know. I got JSN in right now, and I don't know if I'm gonna change it or not.
listen, it's a conversation. I'm not saying it's not I'm not saying it's not a conversation, but I have a lot more faith in CJ Stroud to go out there and make a big play than I do Geno Smith.
Shit.
All right. So JSN's been solid his last 3 weeks. He has, but does he have that high end upside that you'd be looking for? I would imagine this would be like a wide receiver 3 flex play at
Yeah,
best. So
my last flex.
yeah, so give me the upside with Noah Brown in a game that I think there could be potential for 50 plus total points.
I mean,
And
fuck.
weather's not a factor in that game as well.
It's a
So
dynasty. I got CD, I got Amari, I got Keenan Allen,
yeah, so that's your
I got
wide receiver
Henry,
4.
Burrow, Gus Bus, and I got T Higgins who's fucking out. So I'm just gonna play
Listen, I'm
JSN. Fuck
not
it.
I'm not I'm not saying Noah Brown is the second coming. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying for where you're playing him, give me some upside. So and listen, Geno
I got
Smith
2 more
hasn't looked
leagues to
good.
do.
Geno Smith hasn't looked good. Did we get any Hawkinson update? I gotta check that out because that's a big deal. Hold on.
If Tank
TJ
and Schultz
Hawkinson
score,
is a go. TJ Hawkinson
Hawkinson's a
is a
go.
go. Yeah, buddy.
Oh yeah. If Tank and Schultz score over Noah, you're gonna be mad. Yeah,
Not necessarily.
I
I
don't
mean,
if I play him, yeah, hell yeah. Wasn't you def gonna be mad? Yeah, I'm gonna throw something. I'm gonna throw something.
oh,
Oh, you
Diaz was
know
being
what
a
to
little
with that.
Diaz was being sarcastic with the Noah Brown. That's
Mm,
all right. That makes sense.
yeah, I get what he's saying here.
I
Hawk
didn't pick up on
playing,
that.
yeah, Hawk playing. I mean, I want to go Noah Brown, but I don't know if I can. I mean, I guess I kind of have to, right?
Bro, he's the upside play
It would make the most sense.
in your flex.
Mm, what I got this week? Yeah,
I'm
Hawk's
so
in there,
upset.
so we're good.
I'm so upset that Mahomes and man, I really need a win in my home redraft league and fucking no Mahomes, no Pacheco. I'm running Jordan Love and AJ Dillon in place of Mahomes and Pacheco. It's just fucking garbage.
Hey,
I did run the Patriots defense out there to give me 7 points, so not upset about that.
I'm fucking playing Heineke in a few leagues and some of my super flexes.
Could be worse, I guess.
Zaire Franklin, my boy. Jesus. Doing work.
All right, I gotta. Would you play Elijah Moore or Jaden Reed?
Mm,
I got Jaden Reed in there currently.
what's Jay Reed been doing? And
He's been up and down. I think the early touchdowns kind of that 2 touchdown game kind of kept him. He's getting some production. It's not awful. It's not great. Obviously,
Elijah.
he's basically been he's my last flex. Jaden Reed averaging more points than a lot. No, it's not Elijah. It's not. It's not. All right, let's see what Diaz renamed his team because he does that 17 times a week. So let's see what he updated his team name to be. Big Throbbing Hawk. This guy Diaz, we got to get you a hobby, my friend.
It is his hobby. Oh shit. Damn. All right, I think I got everything set here. All my lineups are set. I think I'm good. Think I'm good. Mac Jones get benched every week like he's fucking Charlie Brown. Been done with the old dirty book of Eli. This is my hobby. Exactly. See, I told you.
The Book of Eli, really good movie. Denzel Washington. I watch it every now and again. Fantastic movie. Mila Kunis. All right, Jonathan Taylor didn't kill me. Only 69 yards and a touchdown, so he didn't go ape shit. I had to play Zach Moss in the subscriber league. Ugh. Garbage. Yeah, I think the Zach Moss train is whittling down. Yeah, I got a hell of a shot now in our home subscriber league. He had Jonathan Taylor, only 14 points, not terrible. Okay. He had DJ Moore, only 8. He had Hunter Henry, no touchdown. So yeah, I got almost 7 points from my DT.
Diaz said, what should I be selling for DK and Kirk in the sub league?
Nothing. I don't want him, Diaz. I don't want DK. I don't want Christian Kirk.
I think I still want like a late first for DK, but it's going to be tough to get that with kind of what's been happening, I guess. I mean, it depends. You might have to wait for the right time to do that. Otherwise, maybe a second, plus. And then Kirk, I'm not quite sure if he's worth a late first, so probably a second plus for Kirk would be ideal. A little kind of tier down method. You know what to do, Diaz. But that's kind of how I feel about it. Now, who can we tear down to? Who can we tear down to with some good ideas?
I wouldn't mind taking a Josh Downs plus for DK.
No, can you get a late first in Josh Downs? I don't know.
Early second in Josh Downs? I wouldn't be
Maybe. Would
opposed
you
to
take
that.
that? Would you
I wouldn't be.
Would you tear that down?
Yeah, I wouldn't be opposed to that. If I'm gonna get an early second, like a 201 or 202
I
and
mean,
Downs.
depending where people have DK, what about like a Marquise Brown?
Yeah, I mean, I think that's more of a straight up deal because Hollywood's been better.
I
So are you
mean,
gonna
he has
is
been,
somebody
but
gonna is somebody gonna give you somebody gonna give you plus on top of Hollywood? And Hollywood's been better than DK? I'm not sure.
how about a Tank Dell?
I like Tank. See, the problem with Tank Dell is that he's just too boom or bust right now. There's not enough steady, consistent production. I know he was injured. So Tank Dell is tough for me. I would probably I wouldn't mind Tank Dell, but
On Dotson.
nah, no. I don't want that.
I'm okay with that too. I mean, if you're not competing, if you're looking to compete, then we'll be talking probably different. But if we're not competing, I mean, just picking up some assets maybe on top. I think I like that. Wake and bake, need a tight end. What's up, Frenzy? Trust Hawkinson with injury or play Ferguson or Taysom Hill?
I mean, Hawkinson, I like. I mean, listen, Taysom Hill has been just on a tear, dude. And if you sit him down and he goes for another 20 points, you're going to be kicking yourself. So, and the crazy thing about Taysom Hill is he gives you a variety of ways that he can get it done, man. It's
It's
crazy. He can run
undeniable
it.
now. You
He could
can't
run it, throw it, and catch it. He's a triple threat. He could do it
like
all. It's bullshit. It's fucking garbage. So I think you got to roll with Taysom Hill, honestly. I mean, if Hawkinson was, if there was no questions about Hawkinson, I'd play Hawkinson. But the fact that he is active, as we stated earlier, but the problem is that, he had a rib injury, and if he takes one of those hits over the middle, it could re-aggravate it. So, I mean, listen, Taysom Hill seems like a fairly solid play if you're not sure on Hawkinson.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd probably just play Taysom. I mean, we can't deny it anymore. It's just like you said, it's bullshit, but it is what it is. Like, and I'm not gonna get
The
burned.
sample
Right now,
size
he's
is,
hot.
yeah,
They found a way to involve him in the offense, and
consistently.
it's working, and he's scoring fantasy points. So, I mean, it is what it is,
Yeah, when he has
you know?
opportunities to make plays in short yardage and goal line situations, they go to him.
And
And I said this a couple of weeks ago, because when he's on the field, he gives their offense a boost. It's that simple. So
Mhm.
if they're able to be more efficient in the red area and down near in the goal line and short yardage situations, why would they run Derek Carr out there and have a chance of making a mistake or throwing an off target
Mhm.
pass when they know Taysom Hill is gonna get it done?
Well, he
We
fucking he can throw it, he can run it,
That's what
he
I'm
can catch
saying.
it. I mean,
That's
and you can play him at tight end, and the
right.
position where like there's very few guys really that have the upside over him. He's got the floor just as much as any of these other guys, other than like Kelsey, pretty much. And you could even make the argument for even Andrews, and we're talking about Hawkinson right now. So I mean,
Yep.
and Hawkinson is going to get peppered with targets, but the upside is there. So it is what it is. I can't deny it anymore. I've denied Taysom Hill for the longest and told people don't do it. But at this
And he's
point,
on
like
it.
where like
The
it looks
sample
like
size
it's
is too
kind of
great. Yeah.
yeah. I mean, you might as well ride it while it's hot. And like I
I
said,
agree.
same floor as some of these guys, but he's got a higher ceiling. So Diaz said, "Hammer, you need these dudes."
No, I don't. Bye-bye. Stop it,
I could use
Diaz.
them. I don't have the assets to get them
No,
right
I'm
now.
not.
So Seahawks
I'm
have the
not
best playoff schedule. Yeah, by locking in DK is all I'm saying.
I'm not pillaging I don't have my first, which currently sits at the 102. So I have 3 second round picks, which I'm gonna need to kind of try and see if I can get a quarterback somehow, a third quarterback somehow. So I need those picks. I'm not a good team, so I'm looking at the 202, possibly something in that range. So I'm not pillaging my picks to get Christian Kirk or DK Metcalf. I'm not doing that.
You might have to. You should.
No, no, I'm good.
You
Don't
might
start your
should.
shit. I'm good.
Come on, Hammer. Gotta get the blood
No.
going. Gotta get the trades pumping. Gotta get that.
Bro, I can't get the blood going. It's 50 degrees in my house. I'm an icicle right now. Need to take a shot of
Frenzy
tequila at
said, "Thank you guys. Love the
1
show.
o'clock.
Appreciate you, Frenzy. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the squad. Come
Hell
through
yeah.
anytime. We're live. Tuesdays, Fridays, Saturdays, 10 p.m. Eastern, and then Sunday mornings as well. So appreciate you, Frenzy." Diaz said, "First and Burks for DK, Nico for Kirk, straight up."
I think I like the Nico for Kirk. Are you trading Nico Collins and getting Kirk? I think he's getting
Trading away
Nico.
Kirk, I think.
Yeah,
Trading
yeah,
away
yeah,
Kirk.
yeah, yeah.
So
I'd take Nico Collins for Kirk straight up. I think I would do that. The first and Burks for DK, that's basically a first because Burks is not good right now. Like he's not. He's always hurt. I'm not messing with Traylon
listen,
Burks.
on the other side of things, right? He is a guy that can gain value towards the end
No,
of the
he can't.
season and going
No, he
into
can't.
next season,
No, he can't.
especially if, we don't know what's happening with D Hop. I mean, how much longer D Hop's going to be there, right? Do they go out and sign some wide receivers or bring in some wide receivers? So
No,
I'm okay
I'm
with that.
out.
I mean, I'm
I'm
not
out on
competing.
Traylon
Give me
Burks.
the first. Give me the first, bro.
I'm out on Traylon Burks.
Give
I
me
could
the
get
first.
something. I could get somebody with a little more upside than Treylon Burks. Treylon Burks is always hurt. I'm good. I'm not doing
I
that.
mean, that's fair. That's fair for right
I
now. I
understand,
know,
and I
but
would
we're not
get.
worried
I would.
about right now, right? If we're not competing, we're trying to just go into next
That's
year.
fine.
Would you
That's
rather
fine.
have just the the asset in the first, and then you could go fucking buy DK back if you wanted to. I mean,
I'd rather have a different
but at
asset.
least now
Treylon
you
Burks
have
is
the
trash.
flexibility to to do something.
Nope. I'd get something else other than Treylon Burks. I'm out. I'm good. No, thank you. I've seen a year and a half of Treylon Burks. I'm good.
Oh man. But Nico for Kirk straight up.
I like that.
I like that too. I mean, my thing with Nico, like, I don't know if he can really, if he's always going to be like the number one guy. Like, yeah, he's the X receiver there right now, but I mean,
That's
if they
fair.
have a chance to bring in a top wide receiver, I mean, I don't think that they wouldn't
Say
do it
they
just because they have Nico. Like, you know what I mean?
say Houston goes and splurges on T. Higgins.
Yeah, that's a perfect example, actually. Shit.
Do you still like Nico if T. Higgins is there with Tank Dell? I still like it with CJ Stroud. I still like that.
hmm
Yeah, give
So
me Nico for Kirk
I
straight up.
still,
I'm doing
yeah,
that.
I'm just, yeah, I'm just making a point on Nico, but yeah, I still like Nico over Kirk. I think Kirk will always be a solid like back in, wide
2.
receiver 2. Like I think he's
Yeah.
going to be solid for that. You probably want to have him as your wide receiver 3, but he's going to give
Yep.
you kind of that wide receiver 2 production. So, I
Yep.
do like Kirk, but if I can grab a Nico, I'm
I
okay
would
with
do it.
that.
Yep.
But
I
yeah,
would
I'm
do it as
okay
well.
with the first and Burks for DK. Hammer's not, because
No,
he's being a bitch about it.
no,
But
no. I'm not being a bitch about it. I'm being real about it. Burks is trash. He's nothing. It's basically the first for DK. Burks is nothing. He means nothing.
uh, but now you got a chance to get somebody better than DK, or use that first plus to go buy somebody better than DK, and then you have a Burks, or even the same as DK. Then you have a Burks on top of that who can,
Do
become an asset,
nothing
or you
but
can
get
use
hurt.
Burks
No,
and
no,
something else to go get something
no,
else. I mean,
no,
you're just
no,
splitting
no.
up DK into more assets. That's all.
No, you're not, because Burks is nothing. He's not an asset. He's a 1998 fucking Suzuki something that's not even on the road anymore. He's trash.
Oh my god.
No, I'm done. I'm fucking done.
You see what I got to deal with, Diaz? You see, this is how different we are. Him, Bagala, we go at it all the time because
That's not true, though. We agree on a lot of things. We truly
oh, that's
do.
true.
We
Oh, we
we
do, we
probably
do.
agree on more than I would like to for this particular show, because I would like to spice it up a little more. But Treylon Burks, I'm done. Sky Moore, I told you, was a bum. No Sky Moore. Elijah Moore, I told you he didn't belong on that stupid. It is a pretty cool list, the Supernova 12. I'll give you that. But he doesn't. Elijah Moore and Sky Moore did not belong on that list.
Well, I had to make it spicy. I couldn't just put like the obvious guys that are going to be doing work. I mean, I had to have some underdog guys. And listen, some
That,
things have happened and it hasn't worked out. For Sky Moore, for some fucking dumb reason, he's playing on the outside now. He's not fucking playing slot, and that's the problem. No wide receiver on the outside does anything on the Chiefs. The slot wide receiver is the guy. So coming in, we thought he was going to play that slot role, and he hasn't been. He's been more outside, which is just which is nothing for this team.
yeah.
So, it is what it is. So, whatever. We take an L on that. It's all good. He has Watson. I think in a home league. I don't think he has him in this. You have him in the sub league?
No, no, no. I have
No.
him in the home league.
Richard, what's up, Richard? Standard, James Cook or Connor?
I might go Connor here.
Connor?
Yeah, I think I might go Connor. But listen, James Cook still has some touchdown upside. But we talked about this before, that Dalton Kincaid is, with Dalton Kincaid's involvement in that offense, it's James Cook is not getting it done. He's not. I think I'll take James Conner on a touchdown upside.
Yeah. Yeah, give me Connor. Give me Connor as well. Give me Connor as well. Diaz said he's fighting for his playoff life. I'm tanking now. Would you tear up from Watson and DK?
No, no, Diaz. Here's what Diaz. Here's the
Would you?
scoop. Get a little closer to the microphone. Come in a little closer.
You've been watching that fucking TikTok guy, haven't you?
Come in. Get a little closer. Pull up a seat. Bagala has my pick, right? Which currently is the 102. Diaz has Bagala's pick, which I believe is currently the 103. So what Diaz is trying to do is, and Diaz, I know exactly what you're trying to do. Trying to race to the bottom, aren't you, Diaz?
Of course.
The
Why
secret's
wouldn't you?
out. So, unfortunately for Diaz, Bagala is probably going to beat me today. And Diaz is probably going to get the 103, 104, something like that. And I'm not going to win today, which is unfortunate. I try to win every game. I want to win every game. But at the same time, I'm not mortgaging all of my second round picks, considering I don't have my 101 or my first round to go and get, mid guys. DK's a mid guy right now. Christian Kirk is a mid guy right now. Sorry, Diaz. Still love you, bro.
Take DK. Tingley said, "Hey, ho, what up, Tingley? Flex Shakir, Irwin, or Gibson?"
Ooh. Well, with Chase playing, and Tyler Boyd out there, I don't think Irwin is as valuable. I think it might be Shakir here. Gibby's just not getting enough, right? Yeah, I think I'm gonna go Shakir here. In kind of an upside play. Yeah, give me Khalil Shakir and an upside play here over Irwin and Gibby.
Yeah, I'm with that too. Give me Shakir. Flex, Flowers, Boyd, Irwin, or Shaheed?
Shaheed's interesting. Obviously, you can make the case for Boyd over Irwin. I think Irwin is last on this list. Say Flowers. I don't know, man. I do like Shaheed. Yeah, give me Shaheed here on some upside. Couldn't make the argument for Boyd or Flowers, but I'll roll with Shaheed on an upside play.
Yeah, it's either Boyd or Flowers for me. And give me Boyd. Fuck it.
We got 4 minutes to kick off, boys and girls.
Give me Boyd, but Flowers is close. Diaz said, "I'm going to get there. Your team is too good to keep losing. You'll finish 1-5. Bagala 1-3. I'll get to 1-2." Yeah.
Well, the problem is, Diaz, I agree with that first part of your statement. My team is too good, but I don't have Jalen Hurts this week. I don't have Tyreek Hill. So I'm going to take the loss. I'll be 2-8 after this week. I don't see a situation where I beat Bagala this week. So that's the problem. So I do think, and Bagala's probably going to get a win. He's already ahead of me by a game. He'll be 2 games ahead of me. So listen, I'm going to always play to win. I don't tank. That's not my strategy. I don't tank. I try to win every game no matter what. That's just my strategy. That's how I look at it. I don't care. I don't care. I don't play to lose. I don't care. So that's my take on it.
Well, it's not necessarily playing to lose, but it's if you know you're not going to win, you obviously want to get the highest pick that you can possible, right? On top of that, if you can move guys for assets because you're not going to win this year, then, pick up as many assets as you can, right? You're not going to win. So let's retool this shit for next year. I mean, you could buy fucking DK back, if you really wanted to. But now you have, something that you can use that people are going to want at a certain point in time, right? So
I'm good. And the fact that, I did make some trades. I traded Tank Dell. I traded Najee Harris. I accumulated some second round picks because I traded my first. So it's not like I'm just standing pat with my whole team. I had to kind of recalibrate a little bit. But I'm not going to pillage everything because the core is in place. So and we talked about this before, every situation is different. You know what I mean? So I think in my situation, the core is locked in. So I'm going to get those second round picks. I have my guys, and I'll try and, like I said, I really do need a third quarterback on that team because Jordan Love is making me nervous as my super flex. So I'm definitely going to need a third quarterback at some point. And I think a trio of seconds plus something on my bench, might be able to net me a third quarterback somewhere.
Appreciate it, Tingley. Good luck to you too, brother.
Yes, sir.
DS says that was about Irish Massive. DK for Christian
Mm.
Watson in the first. Done deal. Stamp it for Stevie B.
I guess. I mean, listen, DK's better, and Christian Watson does have some
Hey,
upside.
the argument isn't who's better. Like it's just the
All right, fine. I'll go to I
asset.
understand what you're saying. I know, but Christian Watson's value is just absolutely in the tank. I understand you're saying it's an asset, blah blah blah. I understand that. I get it.
He's in the tank, but can that value increase? Just like you said, a few good games or something. Maybe Jordan Love is not the QB next year. Maybe they draft a QB next year, right?
We'll see.
That can go up a ton, and then Christian Watson is valued just as much as DK, and you got that first on top of it. If I'm not winning, I'm doing it. I'm pulling the trigger on it. Give me it, baby. I'm gonna offer Deshaun and DK for Stroud, or Deshaun and Kirk for Kyler. Yeah, I'd do that. That's a fine.
I go after Stroud. Listen, I understand the temptation with Kyler because he has the rushing upside, but I like the stability of Stroud. I think Stroud is kind of in that Joe Burrow kind of territory, potential Joe Burrow territory, where he's not going to give you crazy rushing, but he's going to be deadly accurate. He's not going to turn the ball over a ton, and he's not going to be as risky if you're giving up significant capital. So give me CJ Stroud here. I don't mind that Deshaun and DK for CJ Stroud.
Yeah, I'm good with that too. It's basically like Deshaun in the late first.
Oh, we are kicking off, boys.
Yeah, we are about to kick off. We are full PPR. Monty or James Cook? Monty.
Yeah, it's Monty. Although James Cook
got that in. What, do they play at 1? Any of those teams?
No, Monty plays at 4.
Okay.
And
it wasn't the last minute.
Where did the Bills play? Fuck this Buffalo. Oh, Buffalo plays Monday night, so you don't have to make that choice right
Charbonnet or Shakir for me.
Shakir.
Yeah, that's what I'm rolling with. I thought about maybe playing Sharbs, but I'll just take the upside with Shakir.
Oh, dude, my back is killing me right now. Fuck.
So far, so good. All right, I'm all set. Yep, it's time. It is time, Mary. It is time. We're about to get up out of here. I think the idea with Christian Watson is more about the first than that's what, of course, more about the first than anything. I mean, I'm with you, Hammer. I'm not arguing DK and Christian Watson. I know there's a huge difference there. So huge difference there. That's just part of that. Do you want to try and strategize, squeeze something out? Look, and there's times where you're gonna lose. Like you're gonna lose those bets sometimes, but you now have like 2 shots basically. You turn a DK into 2 chances, right? Turn them into Christian Watson, and then that first, whether you make that pick or or buy somebody with that pick.
Yeah.
All right, guys, let's get up out of here. Appreciate y'all. Let's get on to the games. Good luck, everybody. Appreciate everybody for tuning in, as always. But